We are back in the building, baby. And y'all, we are going back to Bali. Yes, we did it once and we're going to do it again. But y'all, we're going to do it again and it's going to be even more lit. This time, I'm feeling like it's a breakthrough in Bali. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why I feel like I'm being led to go back there. And I really want to take you back as well. The first time we went, we had a blast. We had a ball. That was the trip that started my whole travel experience, creating travel experiences. That was the first one. But y'all, I learned so much during that trip. And now I want to do it all over again, but I want to level that thing up. So if you are somebody who has been thinking about traveling abroad, but you just didn't know who to go with, or if you have been trying to travel and your friends and your family keep backing out or don't want to make the commitment to go, this is an opportunity for you. You can finally get this trip out of the group chat because it is going to be fire, okay? I've selected the hotel. We are staying in a lap of luxury. We're going to be doing Bali right. And the thing about Bali is that it's also, it's kind of a spiritual experience as well. So you can expect a really good blend of culture, exploration, a little bit of adventure, definitely some spiritual awakening and enlightenment, and also some good old sexy grown fun. Okay, I'm talking about beach clubs that overlook rice fields. I'm talking about the Bali swing. We're doing all of the things. Trust and believe. We got this thing down pat. So I am excited for that. But here's the thing. Here's how you can be the first to find out. Just click in the link in the description of this video, skyboundtravel.com. That is where you can go to sign up for the list. You can get on the list and be the first to know about Bali and any other excursion that we might have planned, because honestly, y'all, I want to be traveling all year long and I want to travel with you. We've been doing this thing here on YouTube for quite some time together. And now I really want to be able to do that in an environment that is just fun and feels free. And I know some of y'all are ready to just get out here and just live. So this is an opportunity to do so. So hop on the list. The link for Bali will be going live very, very soon within the next couple of days. So I want you to be the first to know about that and any other tricks that we got up our sleeve for 2026. So if that excites you, then hop on into that link and I will see you in the air. All right. We got our people in the room. Let's dive into the tea of it all because we got a couple of things that we got to run through. And I just want you guys to dive on in. Traders, the reunion has filmed, and y'all, Lisa Rinna got some tea for us.
The reunion yesterday. Let me just say one thing. Everything was taken care of. Whether you'll see it or not, I don't know because I don't have control over that. But I can tell you that, yeah, you know what needed to be done, and it was done. Yep. Yeah. Because, you know, if you want a housewife, I'll give you a housewife, honey. 8 years.
So Lisa is telling us that she delivered at the Traders reunion. So I cannot wait to see this. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I hope she let Colton have it. I hope she gave it and brought it like she needed to bring it. And I hope that, you know what? You can go away too. Actually, never return here again. Never return. Boom. Out. All right. Here's the thing. Let me let y'all know something. When you come into a live, it's like you walking into somebody's house or you walking into somebody's job or you walking into a studio audience. What you don't do is, while the show is getting started, don't come up in here trying to tell somebody else how to run their ship. Why don't you go run your own ship? Why don't you go do that? When you do your YouTube channel, you can do everything how you want to do it. Okay? But until then, when that timer goes down and I'm waiting for the people to get into the room, you're going to watch that doggone commercial. I tell you, you're going to watch it and you're going to like it or not. Okay? Because nobody made you be here today. Nobody. Who can do you like me? Nobody said that. Nobody told you you had to be here. Nobody said it. Go on somewhere, get on, get to stepping, get OUT, like changing faces, okay? Actually, they can't ever come back because they have been banished for good, gone forever, forever. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It don't matter what day of the week. It don't matter. Okay? Now, I done told the people one time, you want clips, you want fast, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Go on over to the clips page, DJ Richie Skye clips. Boom. Sayonara. Speaking of which, you know what? Speaking of sayonara, I know these two people that be glad when this whole divorce is over, baby. They will be glad when it is over. Okay? They will be glad. So, y'all know last week, Kandi had done told the world, okay, that Todd was the squatter. Okay. Living in the guest house, rent free, not paying no bills. Not paying no bills, y'all. How y'all doing? How you doing? So Todd is clapping back. Shout out to our friends over at Reality Entertainment TV and also to our friends from Bravo Breaking News for that prior story. Okay. So this is what Todd has to say in response to what Kandi said. He said he did not leave voluntarily. Okay. Kandi kicked him out of the main house. Kandi had her family members move his stuff without his consent. Oh, Lord. And without court intervention. He has been living in the guest house while caring for the children as Kandi is in New York doing Broadway. Kandi claims Todd hasn't paid rent or contributed to bills for the kids, including expenses for birthday parties, since their split. Todd argues that they had a mutual agreement on sharing expenses before the separation, which Kandi later changed. He accuses her of making negative remarks to distract from her absence from the kids and wants temporary primary custody until a permanent arrangement can be established. Mm, mm. He said they done moved his stuff out the home. He ain't even know. The people that she had just then kicked him out. Ma. I mean, I think I listen, I don't know anything about their financial situation as it relates to their businesses together, but I do wonder if I guess it's two sides to this coin, right? Because there could be one faction that says he should move out of the house and just get his own place. And there may be another faction of people that says, well, no, he should be near the home because he is taking care of the kids. So it would behoove him to stay in that same space so that the kids don't experience any discomfort in having to move from place to place. What say y'all about that? Dr. Jen says, well, I love when you have time to gather the people. Very glad I can tune in from work today, Dr. Jen. Listen, I really don't even like going there. I really don't. But sometimes I just feel like not today. I mean, not on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? The- But thank you for your super chat. I appreciate you, boo. I really, really do. I really, really do. Y'all follow Dr. Jen. Dr. Jen got some big things going on. Michelle says, so if he is in the guest house, his kids are in the main house without him when they are asleep, or am I putting too much into it? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out too. I'm like, if he's in the guest house, are the kids in the main? Where? Like, I don't know. I don't know. This is what happened when you got a house, a guest house, a maid's house, a pool house, an outhouse. You got all the houses. Okay. Um, mm. I don't know what the solution to this problem is, other than them figuring out a permanent situation for them. But I would imagine it would probably behoove him to move out on his own so that he can at least say that, well, listen, I don't want nothing of hers. Because that's really where you want to be at. I think you want to be at the place where you can say, I'm not reliant on this individual to do anything. Okay. So I would imagine that might be where you want to be in the future. Because I mean, otherwise, it can always come back to, well, you're living off of me. And the only reason you're able to do all of these things is because you're living off of me while I am at work. So I would wonder, um I would wonder what his plans are at this point. Because I mean, yeah, it is a sad situation because I just feel like so much of their empire that they built, I felt like we are watching it. Um, we're watching it crumble. Kiana says they are in the main house with the nanny. She lives there. Paulette Cunningham says he's off the hook. They go to school. They have activities. He can't move. He's going to use the lifestyle excuse, please. Mm, 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 mm. I hate it for them too. I really, really do. Let's move on. Let's move on. All right, Gizelle. Shout out to our friends over at No Chaser _TV. Let's look at Gizelle real quick. Gizelle was stopped by someone from TMZ, and she pretty much thinks that Dr. Wendy should take a plea deal because there was talk about how, maybe Karen should have taken a plea deal when it was offered to her. But Karen was so in her state of whatever she was going through that she really couldn't see the forest through the trees with regards to what to do in that situation. So what she decided to do was obviously she didn't take the plea deal. So when asked what Gizelle thinks about what Wendy should do, Gizelle thinks that Wendy should take the plea deal. Basically, she says, there's no if, ands, or buts, or maybes about what Wendy should do in this situation. Let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys feel like Wendy should take a plea deal in this instance? Do you feel like that? Because it seems as though Wendy and Eddie have been really, really steadfast in their desire to prove their innocence, or to I can't really say prove their innocence because I can't say that they have said that they did not do this, but they have stood really firm in that they will it almost feels like they are their stance seems to be, for me, that they are going to come out of this and be okay? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't heard about a plea deal as of yet. Real House husband says yes, either way they're going. You think mm, see, that's my thought too. I would wonder if they or their attorneys might feel as though taking a plea deal would be an admission of guilt. But I suppose if the consequences of taking the plea deal was that you don't do any jail time and that you owe some type of restitution, that might be better than having to go to jail. You think you think Eddie should take the fall for it? I'm having a hard time reconciling how they're gonna get off on this many charges. Like, it seems like they wouldn't have this many if there wasn't some truth to them. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. It really got me to thinking, like, what's on the table at this point, and what would they yeah, I don't know. Maybe their lawyers have some kind of loophole or something because you're a lawyer. Would you t- would tell because you're a lawyer would tell you it may be your own best interest to plead if they have enough proof. Yeah, I almost feel like it might be better to work with the plea deal if there could be a plea that would get them out of jail time. Mm. Yeah, this is a curious case for me because I just don't know what the options are at this moment, and I just don't know. Ugh. It feels to me like the jurisdiction that they're also in is feeling super harsh for them specifically, for me. So, I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out myself. So, more on that as things go. I don't know. Let me see if I can find that out. Wendy and Eddie's next court date, 2026. Pam and Eddie Hennessy. So it looks like they're set to face trial in April of 2026. And it is 16 charges each, including 7 felonies related to alleged insurance fraud exceeding 400,000. A judge granted their request to be tried together, and they had to turn over their financial records. So, yep, there we are. Ugh. I wonder when Potomac will start filming. Do y'all think she'll be on this next season? That's gonna be the question right there. That's really gonna be the question right there. All right. So real quick, I wanted to talk about this. I didn't realize, y'all, I have a Zoom I have to jump on a Sunday, no less. Y'all, I'm working on a Sunday, no less. Real quick, Bell Collective before I have to jump off of here. Did anybody catch Bell Collective? Did y'all see the first episode? I mean, if not, I'm gonna run through it real quick for you. I'm gonna run through it real quick. Um, the Bells are back, same cast as last season. The major story permeating through this first episode, it's a couple of stories. You know, Latrice, it's called Poetic Justice because Carrie, the new Belle, is who does a phenomenal job narrating this episode. Um, she does I mean, as I was watching the episode, I kept thinking to myself, she's a great narrator. She had the most comedic moments, I think, narrating the episode in general as a neutral party. And as somebody new, she's a very natural TV personality. Um, we're back. Things that we need to know from this episode. Latrice and Letitia are done. Okay. They don't really even care for each other. We do have a new sort of friend by the name of Shantae, who is Letitia's friend. Letitia starts off the episode. She is interviewing Tisha Scott from Love and Marriage Huntsville. And I mean, it was good. I would have given her some different questions to ask because I felt like the questions were so general. And I felt like the questions that were expected, but I think for television's purposes, they were probably the best questions to choose. But I definitely would have gone for like something a little bit deeper. But I don't know that the audience would have understood that. Actually, I do think the audience would have understood it if they had went more like deeper and more nuanced. Because I would wager to think that a lot of the audience that's watching Bell Collective probably has watched the history of Love and Marriage Huntsville as well. Um, so there's that. Letitia and Glenn are still at odds because for whatever reason, mm, I'm just gonna say this on this show. It feels like Glenn holds Letitia back. But I also understand that this type of dynamic playing out on the show is probably good for the viewers to see. Maybe because I think it may give some viewers something to relate to. But ultimately, I would either like to see Letitia make a sharp decision about leaving or staying in this situation, just as a viewer, because they've told this line for the past several years, and the episode ends on this idea of him confessing his feelings to her, and at the poetic justice party that Carrie has, and he wants her to say yes to them spending infinity together. And she's just very hesitant. Now, probably she will say yes next episode, but I'm just kind of like, girl, like maybe it's time for you to just take a year-long break. Maybe they need a year-long break. I think and I don't even want to, I hate to say this, but as a viewer, okay, it's just as a viewer, I would love to see what Letitia is like unburdened. And I hate to say it. I feel bad for saying it because I don't dislike Glenn. I just feel like this weighs her down so much. And I just want to see, as far as character development, what she would do or how she would flourish if she were unburdened by this situation. because there is no way on earth that I feel like you should ever be with someone who does not allow you to be your fullest and your best self. Just because you are a wife or a husband does not mean that you should not pour back into yourself. Because if you don't pour into yourself, how do you expect to pour into a relationship? Do you just want her to be a diminished version of herself so that she can always take you back no matter what it is that you do? And it seems like that is born out of insecurity more than it is traditional gender roles, because I feel like if you were really that secure, you would want your wife to shine. No, I mean, I would imagine that you would want your wife or your husband to be a baddie. Like, yo, my wife is doing the doggone thing. Like, she's out there killing it. Like, she's doing this. She's got a talk show. She's got this going on. She is popping. Unless you're really afraid that that exposure to the good life might make her ultimately realize that you're not giving that to her on a deeper level. You might be able to be there for her financially, but as she ascends, you can't be so insecure that you can't stand to see her star rise because you feel like she's going to forget about you. She ain't forgot about you in the past 7 years that this show has been on. This show has been going on for 7 years. Y'all have been through all kinds of things together. She has not left you yet. What are you insecure about, man? Let this woman live and thrive. Like, I mean, good, by golly. Anyway, enough of that. Marie has found out that Cedric was cheating, and she sent him on his way. She gave him his paperwork and gave him his walking papers, and he got to get out and get on and get gone. Tamara is there, no demont. Selena is back, looking fab. Latrice had the blood clots, surgeries. Taste is still running. She don't want Cliff to be around Glenn. Yada-dee-da-doo-da. I mean, that's pretty much where it ends with Miss Carrie Baby and her party. So we'll see how that plays out. Miss Carrie Baby, if you see it, if you stay in this pocket, okay, stay in this pocket, Miss Carrie Baby, because in doing so, what you will be able to do is continue to secure your spot as the middle belle. By middle belle, I mean that person that can bring all the girls together. Because I think at this point it's going to be up to you or Selena to do that. Because I don't think that the camera crew seems invested enough to give Tamara that role. I don't know why. I've heard that Tamara actually films almost equally as much as everybody else, but we just don't see it. We just don't see it that much, which is unfortunate because it gives the impression that Tamara is uninvolved with the show and cannot be bothered with any of these lower level imbeciles. Like, that's how it makes me feel when I don't see her as much, but then we hear about it later. It makes me feel like, oh, she really can't be bothered to be around. I don't have time for this. I'm doing the things. There's the month, there's the baby. You know, I've got the radio. I cannot with y'all. That's the impression that it gives. So I really want y'all to continue to give us more Tamara, because that way it seems as though she wants to be there. And I'm sure she does. So that's my production note. Okay, if anybody's listening, give us more of that. And yeah, that was pretty much it. So we'll have to see how things go. They didn't give us a proper preview for the next episode. I may reach out to a couple of the bells to do some interviews because I haven't done any in a minute. So we'll see how that works. But y'all, I am running late for my Zoom, so I apologize for the early dismissal. You know, normally I like to go for an hour, 2, 3, or 4 on a Sunday, but you know, we got things to do today. And Potomac will be on tonight at 8 p.m. The reunion part 1, followed by Married to Medicine. New episode as well tonight. So we will see what's going on with that. Yes, please hit that like button. And I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in, tapping in, being turned on. We appreciate it over here. I love y'all so much. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Like the video, and I will catch you, of course, in the next video. Bye, y'all.